The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. Wise words from Franklin D. Roosevelt. Today is observed as International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. Let us not look down on and judge, rather uplift and assist in whatever way we can. Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. We have more in store for you, so please stay with us. The news is next.
Good day, I'm Marjorie Gordon, and this is your GIS News for Tuesday, October 17, 2023. Jamaica's ability to mitigate and adapt to the effects of climate change is to be bolstered through a major partnership with several international partners. The collaboration was announced during the 2023 annual meetings of the World Bank Group and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, in Morocco last week. The support is within the context of the $764 million Resilience and Sustainability Facility arrangement approved by the IMF in March this year. It supports reforms to strengthen Jamaica's physical and fiscal resilience to climate change. Under the latest initiative, the government will work alongside the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, Green Climate Fund, GCF, the United Kingdom, and the European Investment Bank, EIB. It's being done using a three-pronged approach to boost Jamaica's climate-smart development. The first is a Project Preparation Facility, PPF, which is to develop a pipeline of resilient climate-smart public-private partnerships. This is expected to generate a robust channel of bankable projects required to scale up private investments across Jamaica. Both the Government of Jamaica and IDB have committed resources to establish the PPF. The second approach is to establish a Jamaica Green Financing Facility. The GCF will provide credit and capacity development to finance local climate projects directly or through local financial institutions. Jamaica is also to benefit from low-cost and long-term financing instruments from the EIB. This will support investment in resilient water and waste treatment infrastructure, flood and coastal protection, or other sectors vulnerable to climate risks. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, says the collaborative approaches will catalyze new and larger amounts of private finance that will boost Jamaica's climate-smart development. The Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC, will be providing digital transformation services for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs. This is being done through the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce under the Digital Jamaica program. It's an EU-Jamaica partnership valued at €9.5 million, of which €1.7 million will go to the MSMEs initiative. The program was launched a few days ago. As part of it, the JBDC team and its business support providers will receive training and, in turn, deliver digital transformation training to MSMEs. The services of the JBDC's Business Center will be expanded across the island to include digitalization services. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Sancia Bennett-Templer, says MSME's active participation in the digital transformation program is of great importance, given the fact that they currently account for approximately 60 to 70% of all jobs. She says 83% of MSMEs belong to the microsector, and that group contributes about 44% to GDP.
Engaging them in this MSME sector is particularly significant because by nature, they tend to be agile and responsive to change. By involving them in digital transitioning programs, there's a tremendous opportunity for widespread adoption of digital technologies. This will not only enhance their own growth and competitiveness, but will also contribute to economic growth.
Minister with Oversight for Skills and Digital Transformation, Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, says world data is showing that the global digital economy is growing at an average of 10% per year. According to her, the collective components of Digital Jamaica is laying the foundation for resilience and adaptability in an interconnected world.
For developing countries like ours, the digital economy represents a unique chance to leapfrog traditional barriers and rapidly advance our economic trajectories. Access to global markets previously restricted by geographical limitations becomes seamless. Small businesses can thrive beyond local ecosystems, reaching global consumers with just a few clicks.
Still on Digital Jamaica, public schools, children's homes and teachers are set to benefit under the program. This will be done through the Office of the Prime Minister and the Ministry of Education and Youth. The digital footprint will be evident with the installation of Wi-Fi in 1,000 public schools and children's homes, expanding network coverage and connectivity.
This will optimize the synergies and value creation of past and present broadband and connectivity investments, both national and commercial. It will contribute towards an ongoing government effort to reduce social vulnerability to the digital divide, particularly among students, including special needs students in unserved and underserved areas.
Digital Jamaica will also support the Education Ministry through a review, update and integration of Jamaica's national ICT competency framework for teachers into the curricula of all public-funded teacher training institutions. This will build the competency of in-service teachers, teachers in training, new ones entering the sector, and those aspiring to become educators. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams says the strategic targeting of the education system is vital to capacity building for new opportunities in the digital arena.
We believe that by improving access to technology and technological devices, we will create a level playing field for all of our students, allowing them to see the endless possibilities that exist for careers, especially in the STEM or STEAM areas.
205 Jamaicans were yesterday recognized with national honors and awards for their sterling contributions to a wide cross-section of disciplines. The occasion was the annual ceremony of investiture and presentation at King's House. 5 persons received the Order of Jamaica, 27 for the Order of Distinction, rank of Commander, and 36 for the Order of Distinction, rank of Officer. The Badge of Honor for Gallantry was given to Royal Grant and Keith Nugent for saving 4 females from a burning motor vehicle that exploded minutes later. Another brave citizen, the late firefighter Lorenzo Dawes, was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for Gallantry. He died in the line of duty at the scene of an emergency incident. The award was collected by his father, Assistant Superintendent Garnet Dawes.
When I got the news that he will be honored, when I cried, as I said, my son, death is not in vain. Somebody remember him.
Meanwhile, badges were given to 57 public servants for meritorious and long and faithful service in their respective fields. The uniformed groups, which consist of 77 members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Jamaica Fire Brigade, and the Department of Correctional Services, were given medals of honor for meritorious service. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is calling on Jamaicans to look within themselves and put into action their own heroism in service of the country and fellow citizens. In his Heroes Day message yesterday, Mr. Holness said if Jamaica was to continue its march towards peace, progress and prosperity, then citizens must answer the call to be heroes.
We need heroes who will uplift our country by fostering meaningful dialogue, instead of engaging in destructive misinformation practices that create strife, discontent, discord, and hostility in our society. Our individual actions in our circle of influence, whether it be amongst our friends, families, churches, schools, clubs, and groups, have a profound impact on our country as a whole.
The Prime Minister lauded the nation's healthcare workers, security personnel, sanitation workers and firefighters, describing them as heroes already within the society who rise above challenges and inspire hope. He challenged Jamaicans to work individually and collectively to create the kind of country they want for everyone.
We cannot allow our society to sink into moral, intellectual, social, and economic depression. We must choose to make our country better through our daily actions.
Mr. Holness points out that there is hope, although the country is facing issues, and that good things are happening in Jamaica amidst the global challenges. Leader of opposition, Mark Golding, also made the call for a new spirit of oneness in Jamaica.
In the traditions of National Heroes Day, I call upon all Jamaicans to come together to address our nation's most difficult challenges. It is by working together that we will build a Jamaica that our heroes fought and died for. A Jamaica that finally embodies their great ideals of freedom, justice, and equality for all.
And finally, more commuters today felt the effects of a 19% fare increase offered to bus and taxi operators by the Transport Ministry. This as the travelling public resumes work and school following the Heroes' Day holiday. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz announced the increase in Parliament last Tuesday, while the fare hike took effect on Sunday. Minister Vaz gave a stern warning to operators who charge passengers more.
It will be zero tolerance, and licenses will be suspended and license will be withdrawn by those who overcharge or continue to breach the Road Traffic Act. It is of maximum importance not only to the government but to the people of Jamaica that we restore discipline on the roads.
Passengers who use the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, and the Montego Bay Metro will not see an increase in their fares. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Marjorie Gordon. Thanks for watching.
Protect yourself from the flu virus. Visit your nearest health center or doctor to get the flu vaccine. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water or by using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid the spread of germs by not touching your eyes, mouth, or nose. And be sure to regularly disinfect surfaces and objects that are used often. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
There are many fears and misconceptions about giving blood, some of which we'll be dispelling for you today. Joining me is Acting Director of the National Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Veronica Taylor. Thanks for coming, Dr. Taylor.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Dr. Taylor, one of the first fears that we want to discuss today is the fear of needles or being too nervous to donate.
Okay. First of all, donating blood allows that you can save 3 lives. So when you are coming to donate blood, you have to have that in mind. I know that there are myths or fears to donated blood because the size of the needle is like a mosquito bite. Don't be scared. That unit will be open in front of you and it's an easy way to go. Our nurses are well capable to do this procedure. You cannot be scared because when you go into donated blood, that unit of, or the bag of unit of blood will be open in front of you. So it's single use. You will feel comfortable. There is not a way, not at all, to catch any disease.
Some persons also believe that they cannot donate blood because they've had other diseases such as ZV and CHIKV. This is not the case. You can also donate if you've had these diseases, right?
Okay, I would like to clarify that. When you come into donated blood, you will have an interview. So in that interview, you will, the nurse will be rigorous, asking you a few questions that you will answer because it will be for the benefit of the recipient. So they will ask you few questions as if you have been in contact with person that have sick B. If that is the case, you will defer for 15 days. If you have been contacted the sick B, you will be deferred for 15 days. If you, after donating blood, started with symptoms, you will need to contact the blood transfusion service at any way that you have been donated the blood, because we will defer that blood will be discarded. So we will have a quarantine of the blood for a few days in awaiting for any symptoms that the donors could have in that period of time.
And Dr. Taylor, what about those persons who believe that they will not be able to partake in any physical activity or sport after donating blood?
One of our recommendations when we do the interview, if you go to the gym every day, the day that you donated the blood, will not do it, because remember that we have to remove 500 milliliter of the volume of your blood. My recommendation is increase water intake. Taking more than 3 liters, you will be okay for the following day, be doing your gym or your sport activity.
That's great. And what about those persons who believe that they will not have enough blood after giving blood, so they avoid giving blood in its entirety?
What I would say, your bone marrow, removing 500 milliliter will hyperactive and will put in place in again, you need your red cell, your platelet and your white blood cell, so nothing to worry about.
Persons sometimes say that they're just too busy to donate. What do you have to say regarding, how long the process is, and, the other blood drives that you have to facilitate persons who may not be able to come here directly to donate blood?
Okay, that is a good question. We have the possibility to go to your workplace to allow you with a blood drive to help us to increase our number of units of blood in the blood bank. So we have different ways to allow to you to donate blood. 1, coming to the blood collection center. 2, a blood drive. 3, we use a mobile unit that go to the different places to allow person that interested to donate blood to go to that facility. The other way that you can, your day that you are resting, is a person living in Kingston and St. Andrews can go on Saturday from 9 to 3 o'clock to the National Chest Hospital. There we have a blood collection center that is open every Saturday. So that is another possibility, that the day that you are free to go and donate blood.
Perfect. And what about the issue of age? Is there an age limit for donating blood? Are you ever too old or are you too young to donate?
There is important to know that you can donate blood if you are between 17 and 60 years old. For the person that have been donated and regular donor, they can go up to 65. So that is important to be aware.
And a very popular myth is that you cannot donate blood because you've had a tattoo.
No, that I know that it is normal to have a tattoo, but we don't allow after 1 year to come and donate blood. Remember that you will use needle and you can be infected, so there is a window period that we don't want to violate, so we wait 1 year after you donated you have your tattoo in place and you can come and donate blood. Don't be scared.
And finally, vegetarians think that they cannot give blood because they simply do not have enough iron.
Okay, that is not true. Starting with a healthy lifestyle, we know that eating more vegetable and fruit, we are doing well. So vegetarian person don't have to be scared. We will take you through the process of what you will do when you're donating blood, and we will check your hemoglobin level, doing a test, and that will let me know if you are able to donate or not. So vegetarian is not an excuse to come and donate blood.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yes, I want to say something that is very important. Please, it's not only National Blood Transfusion Service at 21 Slipen Road where you can come and donate blood. There are 10 blood collection centers island-wide, and I please encourage everybody to come and donate blood. We know that in the last, 8 months, the increase of accidents in Jamaica have been affected. So the way that we can save that life is sometimes the need of blood. Also, I would like to encourage people to keep donating blood. Why? Because PAHO and WHO want in 2020 that our country be 100% voluntary donors. So without your support, we will not be in that target. Please come and donate blood.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Taylor. It was good having you. So having some of those major fears and misconceptions dispelled, I sure hope that you will face your fear today and donate blood. All the best.
It's time again for the JIS Heritage Photo Competition. Are you a tertiary level student? Compose a photo on the theme, Echoes of Freedom, tracing Jamaica's path from colonialism to republic, and make your best submission. Lots of prizes to be won. Visit jis.gov.jm for competition guidelines. Registration is now open and closes October 31. The JIS Heritage Photo Competition 2023. Enter today.
The world is changing, and so is our technology. In this upcoming feature, we see how farmers put climate-smart technology to the test.
Choosing the freshest produce at the market is something that we all do as Jamaicans, especially when we want to whip up a mouth-watering pot of food. Incorporating climate-smart agricultural practices is one way to ensure that there is no disruption in our food quality, availability, and accessibility. But what exactly is climate-smart agriculture? It is simply farming practices designed to improve the resilience and the productivity of land affected by climate change. After a trip to get the freshest vegetables, I set aside time on another day to witness examples of Jamaicans employing climate-smart agricultural practices that should boost farm productivity and efficiency while lowering environmental impact. Here's what I've learned. 22-year-old Javian Bassier, who finished third in a competition for agricultural smart technology, has developed smart irrigation technology that he uses on his own farm in Clarendon.
I've made an irrigation system that is fully automated, and it can stay at home on your Android phone and operate it. So it chip in the water because you have sensor in the field, so it will chip in and chip out water when it's needed. A system like this will get 15% more yield, less in labor costs. A system like this now is a very good system to have because it's labor costs, so you don't spend as much money for labor, and then your plant get adequate water when needed and when not needed to turn off.
At the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case, they are pairing aquaculture and hydroponics to get double the bang for the buck.
We are demonstrating the aquaponics system. Aquaponics itself is an integration of hydroponics and aquaculture. Now, just to tell you how it works, now the fish will get food. When the fish get the food, they produce waste. This waste is usually rich in nitrogen, and therefore this is going to be converted by bacteria, and the plants will use this as food. So what we do is that we're getting two sources of food while we're only offering food to one.
Agriculture uses about 70% of the world's supply of fresh water, and aquaponics help to reduce that, while also allowing for growing foods on less land acreage.
Based on modern day technology, we are basically introducing smart agriculture practice. And this is a way in which we can conserve, especially on water. In an aquaponic system, we are using 90% less water to grow crop than we would use in regular outfield. And we are also harvesting crop much earlier. In addition, we increase the stocking density over the different areas. So we basically are getting better yield, faster time, and we're using less water, so it's more efficient. We just want you to understand that there are 3 organisms that work in order to get the miracle of this system. The fish, the bacteria that are going to convert in the waste from the fish, and the plant, which is the vegetable, which is going to produce food for us. So it is a system that you can adopt for urban area or for commercial system, and it works just magical for all operators.
Can we get any more creative than this? Yes, we can. Youth farmer and student Denicia Garden demonstrates how anyone can use vermin composting to be environmentally responsible.
So this is something simple. You can start this by using simple things, everyday materials that you have within your backyard or within your household. So you can just use your regular waste. We're showcasing the vermicomposting, and that is done with the use of the California redworms. So these are earthworms that we use to break down organic waste into nutrient-rich solutions. For our vermicomposting that we have here, you'll see that we just use feces from our farm, from our small ruminants farm, and we use waste grass. So that's all we use. So this is something that we're supposed to think about doing because it is environmentally sustainable and eco-friendly. So it doesn't affect the environment in a negative way, and it decreases the greenhouse gas emissions within the air. So it is very eco-friendly.
Climate-smart agricultural practices boost farmers' livelihoods and open new economic avenues for them and the country. Being inventive and applying these practices not only enhance climate resilience and reduce pollution and other environmental hazards, but also increase productivity.
Do your part to prevent mosquito breeding. Mosquitoes will breed in any container that holds water.
Tightly cover water storage containers such as drums, barrels, buckets and tanks. If this cannot be done, pour cooking oil on the water surface. Punch holes in all tins, plastics and beverage boxes to prevent the collection of water before disposal. Cover all tires or fill with dirt to prevent water collection. Scrub all vases once per week to remove mosquito eggs. Use mosquito repellents to protect yourself from mosquito bites. Dispose of garbage properly by placing in plastic bags and securing properly to prevent water collection.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Before we close the last page of today's magazine, remember to always be kind. Kindness is choosing love over hate, light over darkness, and compassion over judgment. This is where our program ends, but only for today. Be sure to join us again tomorrow on the same station or over on our website at gis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire team here at the GIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson, thanking you so much for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.